Hello and welcome to 5 Minutes About Pulsar. My name is Chris Johnson and I'm on the streaming team here at DataStax. Today I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to turn a file into a stream of data using Pulsar. If you want to follow along and you don't already have a deployment of Pulsar, visit astra.datastax.com/register streaming and get a free instance of Pulsar up and running in under a minute. If you have any questions or feedback, you can leave a comment below or email us at pulsarquestions@datastax.com. That will go to the Pulsar team here at DataStax, where we have lots of Pulsar experts that would be happy to help answer any questions you may have or help you with any Pulsar problems you may be experiencing. Pulsar has a number of connectors that allow developers to consume data from many types of sources. There are sources for various types of databases, messaging platforms such as Kafka and RabbitMQ, and as we'll see in this demonstration, files. If we're concerned about streaming data, why are we talking about things like files that are typically associated with batch jobs and things like that? The reality is that we live in a world with a variety of applications and many of them are legacy. They were created in a time when batch jobs and file transfers were common practice. As we move towards more real-time processing of data, many of these applications can't change for a number of reasons. This means we need to figure out how to integrate them with newer applications built on modern architectures without wholesale changes to their functionality. Pulsar provides this capability through the use of a file source connector. When configuring a file source in Pulsar, you have two options. You can configure it using the Pulsar admin command line interface when creating the source, or you can create a JSON or YAML file with the configuration parameters inside. In this demonstration, I'll be using a YAML file similar to the one on the right. I'd highly recommend files so that your configuration can be stored in your source code repository. Configuration parameters include everything from the location of your files and how to identify them, to the minimum and maximum file size and age, post-processing, and how often to look for new files. Once you have your configuration, you can proceed with creating the file source. To do this, you'll use the Pulsar admin command line interface source create command. You'll specify the source type, the name of your source, what topic it will subscribe to for changes, and the location of your configuration file. Once the create command is complete, you'll have a working file source that is pulling the specified directory for files that match the naming convention that you provided. So now let's walk through a brief demonstration of how to create a file source connector in Pulsar. For this demonstration, I'll be creating a file containing a list of fruits and their corresponding colors. I'll create a file connector that listens to the input directory and posts to a topic. I'll also create a consumer that will subscribe to that topic and consume messages. I'm starting with a Pulsar standalone running on my laptop. I could just as easily be using a Docker or Kubernetes cluster on my laptop or a remote cluster running in a data center or a private cloud. In the top left pane, you'll see the file connector configuration that I'll be using for this demo. Most of the settings are defaults, but you'll notice that I've specified the input directory at the top. The first thing I'm going to do is create the file connector itself. I'll do this by specifying the source type as a file, the name of the source, which is file test, the topic I want to post messages to, which is fruit, and the location of my configuration file. Next, I'm going to start a Pulsar consumer. This consumer is going to subscribe to the fruit topic and begin consuming messages as they're added. At this point, I have a file source connector pulling the temp Pulsar directory looking for files that arrive. Each line in the file is turned into a message and published to the fruit topic. I also have a consumer listening on the fruit topic, waiting to process any message that arrives. Now I'll copy a file into the input directory temp Pulsar, which was specified in the configuration file, and we'll see the consumer receiving each of the lines in the file as an individual message. As you can see, each of the lines in the file were turned into individual messages that the consumer received. We now have a working connector ready to read a file and create messages. Once again, if you have any questions or feedback, you can leave a comment below or email us at pulsarquestions@datastax.com. That will go to the Pulsar team here at DataStax and someone will get back to you. Thanks again for watching this video and have a great day.